Good evening, YouTube. My name is Nick,
And I'm Cherry.
and we are a part of what will be known as Grumpy Acres. Our family actually consists of 3 children, all grown and gone. First of which, Kyland. He is in the military doing his thing up in Washington State. Middle child is Hannah. She is doing her thing up in Kansas. And the youngest is Caleb, who is currently in lineman school and will be graduating later in August.
We also have a grandbaby.
Yep.
His name is McKesson. We call him Mac. You'll hear us say that quite a bit. He lives in Kansas with our daughter.
All right. This has been a fairly long journey getting to this point. Being in the military and doing that, we have traveled quite a few different places. Met Cherry in, I'd say, 96 when I was a sophomore in Oklahoma. Finished out high school, joined the military from there, and then drug her along everywhere since. Started off in Kansas. We moved to Hawaii. Left Hawaii.
Went to San Antonio?
Yep.
Yeah, San Antonio.
Went to San Antonio from there. Went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. From there, I had the privilege of going to Germany. They had to stay back and just come for visits every once in a while. Left Germany, went back to San Antonio, and then finally back into North Carolina, enjoying the East Coast, what we actually love. So why are we doing YouTube videos?
So, we're wanting to do the YouTube videos to document our journey through this. You can follow through with us, learn with us. We are going through it, learning the process, trying a few different things, see if they work out. If they don't, trying something different. What else?
Really, it's just to document our journey into the homesteading family and just trying to bring you all with us so you can offer advice, suggestions, or maybe take a few things from what we've learned and what we've gone through and do it yourself one day.
And also it's for our family to follow along. Being as he said, with him being military and we've moved all over, we have family and friends all over the place. And being able to do this video and let them follow along with us will keep everybody in the loop and have them along the journey.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So the next question, why start homesteading? Why are we wanting to homestead? I'm going to start this one probably by saying, we actually just got tired of big city living, all of the crowdedness, all of the congestion, all of the people everywhere. We just wanted to get out, away from everything, and actually enjoy our life and simplify things a lot more.
I was raised in a small town. I had animals growing up, so it's been my dream to come back to a spot where I could have my chickens and my goats and my garden, things like that again, that you're not really able to have moving around so often with the military.
And again, just getting back to a simpler life. If we wake up in the morning, do our chores, enjoy our time with our animals, tend to the garden, and actually just enjoy life versus working to live or living to work. We're going to be working to live and actually enjoy the things that we actually want to do. All right. Grumpy Acres. Where did that actually come from?
Yep. So, referencing back, we said we had a grandbaby. the grandbaby calls him Grumpy, or well, knows him as Grumpy. Instead of Grandpa or anything like that, he went with the term Grumpy. And once we started looking at purchasing this land and getting the kids involved and everything to see what they thought, we dubbed it Grumpy Acres. And it stuck. It has stayed, so we carried on with it, and we're keeping it and calling it Grumpy Acres.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, so you'll see us sometimes here without the other. As we're documenting the work we're doing on the land, sometimes I'll be here on my own, sometimes he'll be on here on his own, and then when our days off align, we'll both be here working. I work a full-time job. Of course, he's mentioned he's in the military, so he works a full-time job.
Yep.
So we'll be out here as much as possible, but there will be times that you'll see us out here individually. We're going to try to keep documenting as much as we can, even if it is just one of us. And you'll also be seeing appearances from our pups. We have Echo and Ranger. They'll be out here with us quite a bit of the time.
Yep, before they actually come out, we want to make sure most of the area that we wanted cleared is actually cleared out before we bring them out here, so they don't run into snakes or ticks or other things along those lines.
Just wanted to make sure they were safe.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. You have to take care of the fur babies. As we go through this journey, I'm not very good with words and everything, especially describing what I'm actually doing out here. So there are going to be times that I talk about the edges of our property, the back end of our property line. Understand that's really only going to be talking about the cleared area that we're dealing with. All in all, we're looking at about 10.5 to almost 11 acres total. The front half is what we're going to be using as what we consider to be the livable space. And the actual homestead piece that has the garden and the animal enclosures and where our pups will be able to roam. The other 7.5 to 8 acres behind us is going to stay wooded. That's going to be more for natural habitat and maintaining as much of the natural vegetation as we can. So we can have some of the other wildlife in the area, have them a sanctuary place that they can stay, and then possibly use that later on for maybe some pigs and some other things along those lines, just to give them a little bit of shade. All right, so we couldn't do this video without the support of all of the other homesteaders out there and all of the other people. We have to give props to a lot of the other groups that we actually watch and watch religiously even to this day.
We learn a lot from their channels, and it actually helped us get the courage to jump on board with homesteading, with a few of the things that we didn't know prior. Being able to see their channels and their videos that they put out has answered a lot of questions for us.
Yep, that, and it's actually taken away a lot of the anxiety, just showing that almost anyone can actually do this. You just have to set your mind to it and actually just go put your foot forward and make it happen. Some of the few groups that we've actually really followed a lot over the last couple years are the Living Traditions Homestead. I understand you guys are in Missouri and we're in North Carolina, but there's a lot of wonderful things that you all have done, and appreciate all of the knowledge that you've passed along through everything you've done. Another one, semi-local, it's on the other side of the state, is Sow the Land. You've shown that it doesn't have to be perfectly flat property and having everything to perfection to make things work. You guys have put out a lot of great videos that, again, we continue to watch daily, if not whenever we get our time off. Another inspiration was the Fit Farmer, again over on the other side of North Carolina, up in the mountain area. A lot of the videos that you've done have provided a lot of inspiration, just showing that it doesn't take a lot. You just have to have your mind put to it and you can make this happen. And then the final that we want to mention just right off the bat that we watch continuously is Justin Rhodes. I know yours, you have about the same amount of property of what we're coming into. Yours is a little bit more clear, but you actually break things down a lot easier and make it more manageable for people to actually understand what's going on and how to make things happen, and show that just about anybody can do this. All right, thank you all. Appreciate the time. We look forward to bringing you with us on our journey.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long ride ahead. Until next time, thank you all, and have a nice evening.